Have you ever thought about what it means to treat a guest, not just well, but as if they were divine? Today, we're going to dive into a really profound cultural principle that's been shaping hospitality for centuries and how it turns a simple visit into something, well, sacred. Let's get right into it.
So at the very heart of this tradition, you have this ancient Sanskrit phrase, Atithi Devo Bhava. The translation is so beautifully direct. The guest is equivalent to God. I mean, just let that sink in for a second. This isn't just a warm welcome. It's a statement packed with profound spiritual and cultural meaning. So what does this actually look like in practice? Well, Atithi Devo Bhava is this core guiding principle that just elevates the whole act of hosting. It frames the guest not as just some visitor, but as a divine presence, someone who deserves the absolute highest level of respect and care you can give. And this single idea, that the divine can be found in everyone, it's the bedrock for an entire system of social etiquette.
Okay, so let's dig into that core philosophy a little deeper. What does it really mean to see God in a guest? Now, what's really interesting here is that this whole principle, it goes so far beyond what you and I might just think of as politeness. It's not just about saying please and thank you. Good manners are just, the tip of the iceberg. This is a much deeper, more ingrained cultural value we're talking about.
And here's the crucial point. This is considered a dharma, a sacred duty. In this worldview, serving a guest isn't just a nice thing to do. No, it's seen as a sacred act that actually brings blessings and good karma to the entire household. This spiritual foundation is what elevates hospitality from just a social courtesy to a real moral obligation. So that's the big idea, the philosophy behind it all. But how does it actually look in the real world? Let's explore the beautiful art of welcoming.
A traditional welcome is just this stunning multi-step ritual. It usually kicks off with namaste, that gesture of folded hands that symbolizes respect. Then you might have an arti, which is a ritual of light to honor the divine and the guest. And a tilak, a mark applied to the forehead. And finally, offering flowers or a whole garland is just this classic sign of honor and warmth.
And the care, it extends far beyond that initial welcome. The guest is immediately made comfortable and often given the very best seat in the house. Water is offered right away to ease their journey. A generous meal is basically a given. And get this, in many traditions, the guest is served their food before anyone in the family even starts to eat. That just goes to show you their truly revered status. Of course, India is an incredibly diverse place, right? So it's no surprise that this single principle is expressed in a beautiful tapestry of traditions all across the country. For example, just take a look here. In Rajasthan, a guest might be welcomed with sweets and a tilak. Head down to Kerala, it could be fragrant sandalwood paste and flowers. And in the Northeast, being offered a traditional rice beer is a really powerful gesture of inclusion. The methods are different, but that spirit of honor, it remains exactly the same.
This extends to ceremonial gifts, too. In North India, an honored guest might be presented with a shawl as a mark of high respect. In the South, it's customary to offer a vesti or a sari. The specific item changes with the region, but that underlying gesture of bestowing honor is totally universal.
So, you might be wondering, does this ancient ethos still hold up in our fast-paced modern world? Absolutely. Let's see how the principle is being applied today.
So while the really grand rituals might be a little less common, especially in cities, the essence is definitely alive and well. The spirit of the Arti ritual, it lives on in the simple, warm act of offering refreshments. The duty to ensure a guest's comfort is still paramount. And that core idea of expressing sincere gratitude for their presence, well, that's maybe more important than ever.
And what's really fascinating is how this philosophy has scaled up from the individual home to the entire national level. Atithi Devo Bhava is now a guiding principle for India's national tourism campaigns, basically extending the sacred duty of hospitality to visitors from all over the globe.
So what are the key things to walk away with? First, Atithi Devo Bhava means the guest is God. Second, it's a sacred duty, a dharma, that goes way beyond mere politeness. It's expressed through specific rituals of welcome, comfort, and honor. And while the tradition is diverse across regions, it's totally unified in spirit. And crucially, its essence endures today in modern forms of hospitality. And this leaves us with a final thought. In a world that so often feels rushed and disconnected, what can we all learn from a philosophy that asks us to just slow down, to truly honor the person right in front of us, and to treat a guest as if they were divine? It's something to think about, isn't it?